Students, good morning. We already discussed our chapter D block elements. In last previous session, dear students, we are discussing about melting point, boiling points, order of D block elements. Most important class, dear students, and also their ionization enthalpies. And today class, students, we are discussing about one of the most important concept of D block elements, oxidation states. Very important one, dear students, oxidation states. What oxidation states exhibited by D block elements? This is our today concept. Most important, students, in objective point of view. Before I am going to explain oxidation states of D block elements, once again I am ready to define what is oxidation state. Dear students, oxidation state of an element is simply the possible charge with which that element appears, in its compounds. Compounds లో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఏ పాసిబుల్ ఛార్జ్ తో అయితే మనకి అపియర్ అవుతుందో ఆ పాసిబుల్ ఛార్జ్ ని మనం ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ కన్సిడర్ చేసేటువంటి ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ కింద మనం రిప్రజెంట్ చేసే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్, we know ferrous sulfate FeSO4. Here what is oxidation state of iron salt? +2. So that's why the oxidation state of iron is exhibited +2. Or if we consider another compound, copper oxide, dear students, here this is Cu +2 and this is O -2. What is the possible charge appears by copper in compounds? That is obviously +2, and that's why the oxidation state exhibited by copper is +2, dear students. Okay, so this is simply what is oxidation state, the possible charge with which that element appears in its compounds. Okay, now students, while we coming to the general electronic configuration of D block elements, we know our previous classes NS 1 to 2, N-1, D 1 to 10. This is general electronic configuration of D block elements. So maximum how many electrons possible in NS levels are 2 electrons are possible, and that's why the general oxidation state, dear students, exhibited by D block elements is always +2. Maximum each and every element exhibit what oxidation state commonly saw. The common oxidation state exhibited by D block elements is, dear students, +2 oxidation state. Keep in mind. But students, we know a very important statement here. D block elements, dear students, D block elements exhibit more than one oxidation states, different oxidation states. My intention is different oxidation states. Okay, this is the mainly reason due to why. This is due to a small energy difference, dear students, between NS level and N-1 D level. Once a small energy difference is there between NS and N-1 D level, electrons are easily jump from NS level to N-1 D level, dear students, which is already happened in case of chromium and copper configuration. Are you remember? Chromium configuration 4s1 3d5, copper configuration 4s1 3d10. So one of the electron from S level may jump into D level in case of chromium and copper. And that ability of d electrons to jump from ns level to n minus 1 d level, which is happens mainly due to a small energy difference between ns and n minus 1 d. And that's why, dear students, d block elements exhibit more than one oxidation state. Let me come into an example here, dear students. We just look at iron, which is existing +2 as well as +3, ferrous, ferric, and also copper +1, +2 means cuprous, cupric. So this is the reason why d block elements exhibit different oxidation states, dear students. The reason behind that is a small energy difference between ns and n minus 1 d level, dear students. Students, while we coming to different oxidation states exhibited by different elements in 3D series. Just look at 3D series elements. We know 3D series elements very well: scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. Students, out of these 10 elements, which elements exhibit +1 oxidation states are very interesting one, dear students. Chromium having configuration 4s1 3d5 and copper having configuration 4s1 3d10. Since both are having one electron excess to exhibit either off-filled or full-filled, whatever it may be, so copper always ready to lose this electron, because after losing this electron it gets off-filled configuration. So copper ready to lose this electron, because after losing this electron copper get fulfilled configuration. And that's why the two elements which exhibit +1 oxidation state in entire 3D series, dear students, and those two elements are chromium and copper. And once you look at my statement, maximum elements of d block, they exhibit what oxidation states are +2 oxidation state. So each and every element exhibit +2 oxidation state, dear students. +2 oxidation state, please keep in mind, +2 oxidation state, except scandium, You know why? Because scandium configuration is, I remember, 4s2 3d1, atomic number 21. No need for scandium to exhibit +2 oxidation state, because after losing 2 electrons, d level has one unpaired electron. That is not at all stable oxidation state. So that's why finally scandium exhibit which oxidation states are absolutely +3 oxidation state, dear students. Because after losing these 3 electrons, scandium get argon configuration. Keep in mind, dear students. So here +3 oxidation state, dear students, exhibited by each and every element, cobalt, nickel, except these two, dear students. Copper and zinc never exhibit +3 oxidation state. While we coming to +4, titanium exhibit +4, vanadium exhibit +4, chromium, manganese, dear students, and this is iron, and this is cobalt, and this is nickel, dear students. Just look at how oxidation state is carrying on, particularly 3D series elements. Okay. And students, next while we coming to +5 oxidation state, and that is possibly exhibited by vanadium, and then chromium, and then, dear students, manganese. While we coming to +6 oxidation state, which is exhibited by chromium and manganese, and finally iron. Students, most important. Students, and finally we are coming to manganese. It also exhibit a maximum oxidation state +7. Students, maximum oxidation state exhibited by which element in entire 3D series? So in entire 3D series, the maximum oxidation state exhibited by manganese. What is its oxidation state, Nana? +7, most important in objective point of view. Okay, so we just take a screenshot, Nana. Very important aspect while we're talking about oxidation states, dear students. Please keep in mind. Okay. Students, now we are ready to write some important aspects here in 3D series. Not 3D series, we consider all the elements. +1 oxidation state is exhibited by which elements? Are few elements are there, students. Chromium, dear students. Copper, dear students. Silver, and also iron. We know copper, silver, iron, both are belongs to which group, Nana? First B group. Is it clear? And all these elements exhibit +1 oxidation state very well. Students, and we coming to maximum oxidation state. Dear students, in 3D series, keep in mind always, in 3D series, the maximum oxidation state exhibited by which elements are, and this is the maximum oxidation state exhibited by, dear students, manganese. What is its oxidation states? Are +7, dear students. Very important. But while we come into an objective sense, manganese exhibit +7 oxidation states only in which compounds, are, dear students, and this is possible for manganese only in case of its fluorides or in case of its oxides. Now let me get an idea, okay, where manganese exhibit +7 oxidation states. You just look at that, Mn2O7, and another one is MnO3F. While we calculating manganese oxidation state in each and every species, we know in stoichiometry chapter how we are able to calculate manganese oxidation state here. Just look at, this is Mn2O7. Say this is Xman. We know oxygen -2. 2 into X, 2X. I think -14 is equal to 0. Then obviously, what is X, sir? +7. What about here, sir? MnO3F. Dear students, say MnX once again. O3 along with the -2. Fluorine with the -1. I think X -6 -1 is equal to 0. X is equal to +7. So that's why manganese exhibit maximum oxidation state in its fluorides and oxides. The reason behind that, dear students, +7 oxidation state means here manganese is ready to lose 7 electrons. Keep in mind. Is not it? Okay. So the amount of energy required to remove those 7 electrons is very huge amount. Okay. ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ రిమూవ్ చేయడానికి మనం ఎక్కువ ఎనర్జీ ఇవ్వాలి. సెకండ్ అయనైజేషన్ ఎంథాల్పీ more, third ionization enthalpy more and more, fourth ionization enthalpy more and more. So that's why, dear students, such a highest oxidation state is exhibited only with those elements which are having very high electronegativity. అందువల్లనే manganese +7 oxidation state చూపించేటువంటి ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఎవరంటే ఓన్లీ ఫ్లోరిన్ అండ్ ఆక్సిజన్. You know why? Because fluorine is the most electronegative element in entire periodic table, having electronegativity 4.0, and the second highest electronegativity element in entire periodic table is oxygen with a 3.5. These are Pauling scale values. I remember. So since fluorine and oxygen are the most electronegative elements, is not it? Okay, most electronegative elements means what, sir? Most electronegative elements means electron attracting tendency is maximum for these elements, dear students. Once electron attracting tendency is maximum, These are capable to withdraw electrons from manganese. Then obviously the supplied amount of ionization energy values gradually decrease. ఇంకా మరి మనం అంత ఎక్కువ హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్ ఇవ్వక్కర్లా, ఎందుకంటే ఫ్లోరిన్ ఆక్సిజన్ మోస్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రోనెగేటివ్ కాబట్టి సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు అవే ఈ మ్యాంగనీస్ నుంచి ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని విత్డ్రా చేసే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాయి. అందువల్ల హైయెస్ట్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ డి బ్లాక్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ చూపించేవి కేవలం ఏ కాంపౌండ్స్ తో సార్ సందేహమే లేదురా నాన్న. ద వన్ ఈస్ ఫ్లోరిన్ అండ్ అనదర్ వన్ ఈస్ ఆక్సిజన్. డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్, are you remember in our last year classification of elements chapter we have a concept. What is the maximum oxidation state exhibited elements in entire periodic table? మొత్తం periodic table లోనే maximum oxidation state ని exhibit చేసే elements ఏవి? Dear students, you know what are those two elements? The one is ruthenium and another one is osmium. Once again I repeat, ruthenium and osmium. So both elements exhibit which oxidation states are, dear students, +8 oxidation state. Keep in mind, because +8 is the maximum oxidation state exhibited by any element, because the maximum electrons present in outermost shell is 8. Is not it? What is the general electronic configuration, man, for outermost shell? Complete configuration Ns2np6. That's it. So maximum number of available electrons in outermost completely filled shell is 8. So that's why any element maximum exhibit which oxidation state up to maximums are obviously +8. So alanti +8 oxidation state ni exhibit chese rendu elements evarante, the one is ruthenium and another one is osmium. Dear students, most important one. So in which compounds they exhibit +8 oxidation states are corresponding tetroxides of students, ruthenium tetroxide and another one is osmium tetroxide. Keep in mind. Okay, so that's my intention is the maximum oxidation state exhibited by each and every D block element happens only in either it fluorides or it oxides. Here these are also oxides, keep in mind. Okay, because they have such a high ability to attract electrons, because they are most electronegative, dear students. Very important one. Please observe that one. Students, and then I am coming to one more topic here, most important topic. Lower oxidation state species are always, dear students, acts as a good, dear students, a good reducing agents. Keep in mind. Okay, now most important one, good reducing agents. How it is, sir? How lower oxidation state species always acts as a good reducing agents? Keep one example for me, sir. Okay, now one example చెప్పండి, ఏమన్నా ఏ రకంగా లోయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ స్పీషీస్ గుడ్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ ఏజెంట్స్ కింద పనిచేస్తాయి. Okay, now students, now let me give an idea. Suppose we are ready to choose chromium +2. Okay, so chromium +2 is the lowest oxidation state exhibited by chromium. Of course it exhibits +1 also. Okay, now +1, +2, etc. But students, we know one thing, the most stable oxidation state of chromium is, dear students, chromium +3. Okay, not chromium +2, chromium +3. So that's why chromium +2 always transfer to its charge +3. Means chromium transfer its charge from +2 to +3 means chromium +2 itself oxidize. Am I right, Nana? Itself oxidize. Keep in mind. If it is itself oxidized, what is its role, sir? If any substance itself oxidized, then what is its role, Nana? It acts as a good reducing agent, dear students. Keep in mind. So లోయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఏ స్పీషీస్ అయినా కూడా హైయెస్ట్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ లోకి టర్న్ అయ్యే ప్రయత్నంలో డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అది ఖచ్చితంగా ఒక మంచి రెడ్యూసింగ్ ఏజెంట్ కింద మనకి పనిచేస్తుంది. Now let me give an idea with another example, students, without confusion. Let us consider +2. Sir, what is the configuration of Fe +2, sir? Dear students, actually iron 4s2 3d6 26 kada. +2 means what, sir? +2 means it is already lose 2 electrons, means 4s0. Keep in mind 4s0 3d6. 3d6 means what, sir? 3d6 means neither half filled nor full filled, because 1 2 3 4 5 and this is 6. So iron +2 is not at all most stable oxidation state for iron. If iron +2 turns to iron +3, dear students, what happens? Iron +3 means we are ready to lose one more electron, means what, sir? 3d5. 3d5 means what, sir? I think 3d5 means half filled configuration we achieved. Am I right? Half filled configuration means more stable, dear students. Is not it? So that's why if we choose species with a lower oxidation state, they always transfer their charge to high oxidation state just to get stability. Okay na? So stability ni పొందే ప్రయత్నంలో అవి లోయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ నుంచి హైయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ వైపుకు మారుతున్నాయి. సో లోయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ టు హైయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్సిడైజ్. Then what is the role played by Fe+2, sir? The role played by Fe+2 obviously reducing agent, dear students. For what purpose, sir? The reason is very clear. To attain, dear students, to attain stability. Keep in mind. To attain stability, dear students, it just acts as a good reducing agent. And students, species, no doubt at all, species with higher oxidation states, keep in mind, higher oxidation states, they act as what, sir? Obviously they act as a good, okay, oxidizing agents, a good oxidizing agents. Not all species, keep in mind, only few species. Okay na, మనం అన్ని అలా గెస్ చేయలేం. ఓన్లీ ఫ్యూ స్పీషీస్ మాత్రమే హైయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ లో ఉన్నవి మనకి గుడ్ ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ ఏజెంట్స్ కింద పనిచేస్తాయి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ క్రోమియం ఎగ్జిబిట్ మాక్సిమం ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ వాట్, సార్? +6. ఓకే, సో compared with the chromium +6, dear students, chromium +3 appears to be the most stable oxidation state. And that is the reason why chromium +6 easily turns to chromium +3. Means what, sir? Means what, man? Itself reduce, I think it is, says or no? Itself reduce, decrease in oxidation state. Itself reduce means it acts as what, nana? Oxidizing agent. Students, oxidizing agent. Are you remember? K2Cr2O7 is a good oxidizing agent. Why K2Cr2O7 is a good oxidizing agent, sir? Would you please calculate chromium oxidation state here? Say this is potassium +1, say this is chromium X, this is oxygen -2. We just calculate oxidation state of chromium. I think 2x is equal to, dear students, +12, and what is X, sir? +6. So chromium exhibit +6 oxidation state. So it easily transfers its charge to +3, means itself reduce. That acts as what, sir? A good oxidizing agent. I'm sorry, yes, absolutely good oxidizing agent. In a similar manner, KMnO4. Dear students, KMnO4, good oxidizing agent. You know why? Because here manganese exhibit +7 oxidation state. +7 oxidation state may turns to +2 or may turns to +4 based on different mediums we know in stoichiometry very well. In a strong acidic medium, plus 7 turns to plus 2. In a basic or neutral medium, plus 7 turns to plus 4. Okay, so means species with a higher oxidation state acts as good oxidizing agents, whereas species with a lower oxidation state acts as good reducing agents. Dear students, very important topic, students. Okay, now which species acts as good oxidizing agents and which species acts as good reducing agents? We are very careful to observe, dear students. స్టూడెంట్స్ ఈ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఏమన్నా కింద కట్ అవుతుందో చూడండి వీడియోలో. నేను చూస్తే కింద కట్ అయినట్లుగా కనిపిస్తుంది. మీరు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయగలరు కదా దీన్ని నాన్న? ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్స్ రెండు కూడా +7 వస్తాయి నాన్న. ఇది 2x - 14 రా, అంటే మరి x +7 కదా ఏనన్నా? ఇది కూడా అంతే అమ్మా, x - 7 = 0 రా, మరి x +7 కదా. అలా కట్ అవుతుందేమో నాకు అనిపిస్తుంది. మీరు ఒకసారి ఇది జాగ్రత్తగా చూడండి ఏనన్నా. స్టూడెంట్స్, ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్కి సంబంధించి వాళ్ళ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్లో ఒక మంచి క్వశ్చన్ అడిగే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తారు. 2 స్పీషీస్ ఇస్తాడు రా మనకి పిల్లలు, కీప్ ఇన్ మైండ్. ఒకటేమో మాంగనీస్ +3, మరొకటేమో డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ క్రోమియం +2. రెండింటికి కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ రాయమంటాడు వాడు మనల్ని, మాంగనీస్ +3కి క్రోమియం +2. Dear students, while we coming to manganese +3, first manganese raddam 4s2 3d5. Am I right, students? 25 kada. +3 into enti sir. Students, we are ready to lose 2 electrons from s level, 1 electron from d level, means 3d4. What about chromium sir? Chromium general electronic configuration 4s1 3d5. Actually +2 means what sir? 1 electron from 4s level and 1 electron from 3d level, that's why 3d4. Okay, now 4s0 3d4. So ultimately we have a clarification, Mn +3 and chromium +2 both are having d4 configuration. Both are having d4 configuration. The thing is, most important objective bit, particularly last year main session, out of these 2 species, which acts as oxidizing agent and which acts as reducing agent, or both are acts as oxidizing agents, both are acts as reducing agents? What an intelligent question, students. Students, while we coming to one thing here, just look at this is manganese +3 oxidation state 3d4. Students, if manganese +3 turns to manganese +2, just imagine yourself. Manganese +2 means what sir? Manganese +2 means 3d5. 3d5 means what sir? 3d5 means half-filled configuration, dear students. Means most stable, no doubt at all. Is not it? And that's why, dear students, manganese +3 itself turns to manganese +2 to get such a stable configuration. Means Mn +3 itself reduce. Dear students, please underline that word, itself reduce. Okay? Itself reduce means what is manganese +3 roles are? Manganese +3 acts as a strong, dear students, strong oxidizing agent. Is it clear? Okay. What about chromium sir? We know very well chromium +2 is the least stable one, whereas chromium +3 is the most stable one. Keep in mind. So many students have confusion why chromium +3 is the most stable configuration sir. Still chromium +3 is a D3 configuration it has. 3D3 configuration it has. Are you remember students? Are you remember in last year classification of elements chapter we have a concept on color. These are degenerate orbitals, d levels. But whenever light is incident on them, these 5 degenerate orbitals splits into 2 levels. Okay, the one is dx square minus y square dz square, and another one is dxy dxz dyz. Okay, so this is dxy dxz dyz. What about this one, sir? Dx square minus y square and dz square. So whenever light is incident on these five degenerate orbitals, they are split into two levels. The one is EZ level and another one is T2G level. Okay, now triplet set, doublet set. So students, while we coming to one thing here, 3D3 means this lower energy triplet set is off field element. Okay, and that's why compared with the chromium plus 2, chromium plus 3 is the most stable one. So chromium plus 2 turns to chromium plus 3. Plus 2 turns to plus 3 means, dear students, itself oxidize. Itself oxidize means, what is chromium plus 2 roles are? Chromium plus 2 acts as a strong reducing agent. Students, a strong reducing agent. Keep in mind. That is a last year 2019 session bit and 2020 session bit. Okay, now both manganese plus 3 and chromium plus 2 both exhibit D4 configuration. Keep in mind, both exhibit D4 configuration. But how manganese plus 3 acts as a strong oxidizing agent and how chromium plus 2 acts as a strong reducing agent? What a concept this is, dear students. Most important one, examination point of view. Okay. And students, let me come into an important conclusion which make the difference between P block elements, dear students, and also D block elements. Just look at it. A small conclusion is there. Okay, P block elements and D block elements. Difference towards what, sir? Difference towards oxidation state. In this P block element, students, I am consider 4 PA group elements, carbon family, having their general electronic configuration, students, NS2, NP2. And remember, students, here they exhibit two oxidation states. The one is plus 2 and another one is plus 4. Are you remember that one? Okay. And we have made one important statement in heavier elements. Dear students, keep in mind. In heavier elements, please note it down. Please note it down. Heavier elements means consider lead. Plus 2 oxidation state more stable than what's are plus 4 oxidation state. Students, anybody know the reason why it is plus 2 oxidation state is more stable than plus 4 oxidation state, sir? Why not, sir? This is mainly due to inert pair effect. I remember, this is mainly due to inert pair effect. Means what, sir? Due to inert pair effect, a pair of s electrons are not participate in chemical reactions. Only p electrons are participate, and that's what we call inert pair effect. So, in case of P block elements, in heavier elements, dear students, lower oxidation state becomes more stable. Please note it down, very important point. Lower oxidation state is more stable in which elements, sir? In case of heavier elements, dear students, in what, sir? In P block elements. Keep in mind. P block elements are all the group. And moreover, in P block elements, the two possible oxidation states differ by how many units, sir? Plus 2, plus 4. అదే మనం థర్డ్ ఏ గ్రూప్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోరా, plus 1, plus 3. Differ by how many units, sir? Differ by 2 units, dear students. So, two oxidation states are differ by, students, they are differ by how many units, sir? Just 2 units, dear students. They just differ by 2 units. Okay, very important one. But students, But students, while we coming to D block elements, particularly for D block elements, you just look at what is going on. I choose 6th B group elements. Keep in mind, 6th B group elements. Okay, what are 6th B group elements, sir? Dear students, chromium, molybdenum, amphromite. These 3 elements. Okay. Now let me come into one thing here. Iron exhibit what oxidation states, sir? Iron exhibit +2 and +3. Okay. Copper exhibit which oxidation states are +1 and +2. So here between any 2 oxidation states which are differ by how many units, sir? Here these oxidation states are differ by only 1 unit. +2 to +3, +1 to +2. But in case of P block elements, they are differ by how many units, sir? 2 units. Okay, while we coming to 6th B group elements, chromium exhibit Cr2O7 with a -2 chromium oxide, that is molybdenum oxide and amphromite oxide. Just look at it. So in these all oxides, each and every element, chromium, molybdenum, amphromite, exhibit what oxidation states are? +6 oxidation state, dear students. Each and every one exhibit +6 oxidation state. Students, in P block elements, in case of heavier elements, lower oxidation state is more stable. But students, in D block elements, keep in mind, in D block elements, in case of, dear students, in case of heavier elements, highest oxidation state is more stable. Keep it in mind. ఈ మూడిట్లో హెవీ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఎవరు సార్? అరే టాప్ టు బాటమ్ కదరా, ఖచ్చితంగా మాలిబ్డినం, ఆంఫ్రమైట్ హెవీ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఈ రెండిట్లో +6 ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్ మోస్ట్ స్టేబుల్, డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్. వాట్ అబౌట్ chromium, sir? Chromium +6 oxidation state is least stable, dear students. Okay, and that is the reason why, dear students, chromium +6 easily turns to chromium +3. And that is the reason why, dear students, here chromium oxide Cr2O7 acts as, dear students, a good oxidizing agent. Keep in mind, strong oxidizing agent. వాడు మన ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ లో అడుగుతాడు, అందుకనే మాలిబ్డినం ఆక్సైడ్, ఆంఫ్రమైట్ ఆక్సైడ్, క్రోమియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఒకే గ్రూప్ కి చెంది ఉన్న క్రోమియం ఆక్సైడ్స్ మాత్రమే ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ ఏజెంట్స్ కింద పనిచేస్తున్నాయి. Molybdenum and amphromite oxides are never acts as oxidizing agents. What is the reason behind that? Because molybdenum and amphromite being heavier elements, in case of D block elements, in heavier elements, highest oxidation state is more stable. అందువల్ల molybdenum, amphromite +6 oxidation state లో most stable గా కనబడ్డాయి. But students, for lighter elements, highest oxidation state is not at all stable. Okay, only least oxidation state is stable, dear students. అందువల్లనే chromium +6 కన్నా +3 oxidation state నే most stable గా చూపిస్తోంది. So that is the reason why only chromium oxide acts as oxidizing agents, but not molybdenum oxide and amphromite oxide, dear students. Each and every line, students, each and every line is one objective bit, dear students. Please take a screenshot. Please take a screenshot. Students, and that is about today class with respect to oxidation states. This is not the end of oxidation states, students. This is inorganic chemistry. Again, each and every line is one of the entrance examination bit. Okay na, inorganic అంటే అది డిఫికల్టీ. మనకి ఆ డిఫికల్టీ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుందంటే ఎక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్ని మనం హోల్డ్ చేయగలమో, ఎక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్ని మనం బ్రెయిన్లోకి తీసుకోగలమో, ఆ జోనర్లో వచ్చిన బిట్స్ అన్ని ఆన్సర్ చేయగలము. అందువల్ల ఇనార్గానిక్ కెమిస్ట్రీ డీల్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టం. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్కి సంబంధించి మరికొంత ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని నేను రేపొద్దున క్లాస్లో ఇస్తాను స్టూడెంట్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ అన్న. బాయ్ నాన్న. మీకు ఏమాత్రం అర్థమైనా చిన్న కామెంట్ చేయండి, ఓకేనా, మీరు క్లాస్ వింటున్నప్పుడు. థ్యాంక్ యూ నాన్న.